Camera.
All right, so this is the Doc Salem Conspiracy Hour. And we got Dr. Tim Lottie of the University of Metairie.
Yeah.
To discuss
I work for NASA.
Flat Earth and also his theories on the false moon landing.
I got plenty. I got a lot for y'all. And I'm heated because we've been fucking with this goddamn computer for the last 30 minutes, dude. So I'm ready. Let's do this.
Well, you know, that I have a theory on that. I honestly think that might be the government trying to sabotage you.
I agree, dude. They don't want you to hear what I have to say. I agree, man. This is a trick.
They're trying to stop you from talking.
I bought this new nice camera and all this other stuff, and I'm going back to the webcam on my tablet. So
now, let me get this straight. Like, you worship at the feet of Apple, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I love Steve Jobs, dude. I wear all black. I usually wear all black and turtlenex, just not tonight.
And
ironically enough,
one special vegetable a month. Is that about it?
Yeah, right? Yeah. An apple with one bite in it, dude. The forbidden fruit. Yeah, that's me. What an odd logo to pick, dude. I don't know. As I use my Chrome browser with the 666. So.
What is this 666? I don't know what you're talking
about.
So
if you look at the Chrome browser, if you look at it, it makes 3 6s. It makes the mark of the beast.
Seriously.
Look at it. Look at like a classic mark of the beast kind of symbol, and then look at that. So if you gotta look at it, you can see it. The Chrome logo. I can see it. I can see it in my little toolbar down there.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. Very.
I don't see it. No, I probably don't have it open there.
I'll draw it out later. Is anybody in the chat? Is anybody here?
I don't know. Let's check it out and see. Probably not. Nope. Nobody's in the chat. Nobody likes us.
Yeah. I don't know how this works. This is your thing.
All right. So let's talk about it, dude. Let's get into it. What do you want to do first? You want to do the moon landing, or what do you want to do? You want to do some flat Earth? What's up?
I can. We can go either way. I don't. It's fine with me. Let me make sure I don't close out the window. Yeah, it's fine with me. I'm actually going back and forth with a buddy of mine right now over all this stuff. And,
okay. So you for the flat Earth, or you're against it? Are you?
I am. I would like. I'd actually throw out a third option that is a false binary, and I don't reject or approve either of them. I think there are lies that have been told to us, and things don't match up correctly. But for me to go out and say that I'm a flat earther, my friends make fun of me for saying it like that. But I don't know what it is. I don't have it. There's no way for me to know. I have no clue.
So you can't explain it, is what you're saying. You can't.
I can.
The theory behind flat Earth.
Yeah, I can. Well, there's a model that is currently being used, and you can find that anywhere. It looks very similar to the to some logos that are used throughout the. I don't want to say it, but it looks like the UN logo.
Okay.
So that would be yeah. So that is the basis consensus of what the flat Earth model is. Again, I don't know. I don't have any clue. There's no way for me to know. I don't really necessarily care to fly that often. You know, I'd rather drive if I had a choice. And I've certainly never been to space, so I don't know any of this. I can't prove that, but you can. What's going on? So let's do it like this. What's going on is that people are seeing that they're seeing further than they should. So the curvature of the Earth should be 8 inches per mile squared. Yeah. And what's going on is that with the cameras that are being used nowadays with a P90 and a P1000, people are able to zoom in on objects in the distance. It started with sailboats, and now it's going into other things, even across Lake Michigan, that they shouldn't be able to see with the curvature of the Earth, where the official model that they give us. I just discovered this like a year ago. Anytime anybody would bring it up to me, I would laugh at them. I would just be like, I would do what everybody else is going to do. I would be immediately dismissive.
Because you were taught that way.
Because we are, yes, because we're taught that way. And just like evolution and everything else, it's you're not given a secondary choice. Like when you're in school, and I went to Catholic school, so that was another interesting one right there. Yeah. What we learned in religion class and what was going on in science class, the teachers were not allowed. Like we would ask them, we would be like, well, in this class we're told this, but in science class we're told this. Like, what's the deal? And they wouldn't answer that question. They weren't allowed. They weren't allowed to by the state.
Interrupt you just for a second.
Yeah.
Like, were the fathers extremely hard on you guys during sex ed class?
We didn't have anything like that, man. But no, dude. I was around good priests and great nuns. I had a couple of great priests in my life that no funny business, and they were really good people. I think I'm God, man. I'm holding back on how much do I go into tonight, but
nah, it's fine. Let's go back to the flat Earth thing.
Yeah. I don't want to get into the vacuum. This is what happens when you work from home, man, and you're into conspiracies. Like it just. So it's stuff like that. Then, so you said you want to start with the moon landing, or do you want to start with?
Let's do flat Earth. We'll do flat Earth.
Well,
first.
The reason I'm saying that is because to get to one, you have to go through the other almost. Like, so you can't get to flat Earth, or globe denial would be a better way to put it, if you don't go through the moon landing first. And the moon landing was clearly
staged.
Yeah, I think the moon landing's like laughably fake, laughably made up. And so that's like the initial veil, man. It's almost like a domino effect, or however you want to put the analogy. But once that first domino falls, it's just like in one of those videos. It just spreads out all over, and you see everything. And so the moon landing's like the more important than like a 9/11 or any of those kind of topics. The moon landings of JFK, whatever, that's a big one. And once you kind of see the deception that is there, it just makes it makes the next step easier. And it doesn't really get easier, but you reach a point where it gives you that I've found in the last, it hadn't even been a year yet. We're creeping up on a year for me. It gives you like a clarity. It's cool. I don't know. It's cool. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Because it freaked me out in the beginning. I was just like, fuck, dude. Like, here we go. Like, so, I'm about to be one of these people.
Let me direct you to the screen here.
I know you like this. Is this when he drops when he pops back up real weird?
Now, are you trying to say like this is not how somebody is supposed to move? With that,
I mean, it's how someone's supposed to move if they're on strings. Yeah, pick up that hammer. There it is. There's 1/16 Earth's gravity.
Exactly. But look at the dirt. Did the dirt look like it was flowing in 1/16 gravity, or did it look like it was being kicked up in regular Earth in a
soundstage, or just anywhere? It's just anywhere. Well, I mean, you can look at the mountain ridge in the background, and they can
look at that. Look at the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
now. If it was 1/16,
wouldn't it be a cloud? I can see the string, dude. I mean, I can see the fucking string.
That's what I'm saying.
It's right under the 2 and the. It's right under the 6.
How dare you?
6.
How dare you? You fucking.
How dare you? Yeah, man. I don't.
This is so
dude, I don't know why they did it. Like, that's what's even crazier about it. Like, I don't know. I mean, dude, where are the stars? Like, you should be able to see. There's so many things that are wrong there. So many things, man. Yeah, where that's the one I keep bringing up because my buddies are giving me hell about it, and I'm just like, dude, where are the stars? You should be able to see. You should have the best view on the planet. You're at Ponchatoula. You should see better stars than I see right here in the city.
Man. Like it's
so
insane,
okay. So from me to you, of 30 minutes away, imagine being on the moon. Like you should have the most magnificent views of the galaxy of space that anyone has ever seen in their entire lives.
Well,
and then you get nothing. You got nothing.
In defense, I have to say, like, Disney has come a long way since they've like created that, piece of footage. Um, they now are more about quality control. So the next moon landing, you will see stars.
Yeah. They went, it's funny. And I took some screenshots. I don't have them on my phone. I just take screenshots all the time. But during the 50th anniversary, they literally were putting out images with stars. And it was like so obvious. It was like a special edition. It was like the moon landing special. I promise you. I have them, dude. It was a Samsung ad or something like that. And they were adding stars. And that they basically Michael Bay'd it. And they did a Star Wars special edition, and then now, like, we have a new version of the moon landing that's clearer and more crisp than it ever was before, and all this other nonsense. Even though they supposedly deleted the tapes because they needed to reuse them, they didn't want to waste tapes. So the greatest achievement in human history.
Well, they lost that technology. Like the technology was so advanced in 1960.
Summer of 69, man. Summer of 69.
We could not duplicate that now with our quantum computers.
It's all made up. It's all nonsense. So yeah, it would be. And again, what achievement in human history was not replicated for 50 years? And I know it's not 50 years, but still 45 years, 47 years, whatever it is. We never went back to the moon. We're not going to Mars. Like, that's the new thing that everybody, and oh man, we're going to beat them. I had a buddy on Facebook, and I'm posting stuff, mocking the moon landing. And my buddy's like, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm sure Mars is next. And he's like, it takes a second. Give it a couple years. Give it a couple years. Well, and I'm like, dude, we never went to the moon. We're not going to Mars. So so here's the other thing. Well, go ahead. You were going to say something.
No. What I'm thinking is, all right, according to the flat earthers, the moon and the sun actually rotate around the biosphere that is the Earth. Is that correct?
So in the past year, I live right by the levee. I go out to the levee a bunch, and I will go and watch. And I encourage everyone at home to go do this, to start looking at the sky more. Stop doing this and start doing that, and start looking up. And start paying attention to the sun's path and the moon's path, and you'll start to see, you'll get some pattern recognition. You'll start to notice that it's the same thing. And it was really funny when we had the first.
Well, my point is, how do you know there's a Mars? Because that kind of totally goes against the whole solar system theory. You see what I'm saying? Like, if the sun and the moon rotate around what is a biosphere instead of a planet, you see what I'm saying? Then there are no other planets rotating around the sun.
Okay. So the flat Earth model that everybody goes with today is that, again, it's like the UN map. So we have all the continents, and we're inside of what is like a bowl that would be Antarctica. So Antarctica surrounds us.
Kind of like Showmat and the levees.
Yeah, a little bit, dude, if anybody gets that one. But yeah, and then from there, we don't know what goes on after that. I would look into Admiral Byrd. I think I don't want to get it too crazy. So that would be it. But it's not. Don't take two models and combine them. So don't think of a flat plane or a disc and then that floating in space. Like, I think you have it on the thumbnail. So don't think of it like that. Just Antarctica, and then I don't know what else is past that. But there's something that's above us. There's something that encompasses us. And some people call it the Van Allen radiation belt, which is something that we supposedly can't get through even to this day, according to NASA. We can't get through the Van Allen belts. Some people call it the dome. Some people call it the firmament. I do not know, dude. I don't know, but I know you really got to get back to base. Like, we've never been to space. We've never been out of low Earth orbit, which I don't know what that would be, but that's not past the Van Allen belts. No one circumnavigates Antarctica. Yeah, so that's not a bad model, but now when we get into everything else, that's when it gets confusing. Like when we get into like the space stuff. But that's reasonably accurate.
Okay.
with the flight path. Yeah. Except that it would be a localized system. So what everybody is leaning towards is that it's localized. So the sun and the moon would actually be inside. They're not outside. They're
So you're
inside.
saying it's
So the sun and the moon are
inside.
much closer than we think they are.
Okay. All right. Keep going.
All right. No. I'm sure whoever watches this is gonna be like, man, this dude's a fucking crazy person. I'm just relaying the messages of what I've heard, and I just find it very interesting.
No. This is interesting. I like this.
And then, just to preface, this is the thing I've been saying whenever I talk about this, is that nobody cared when I talk about like Bigfoot. You know what I mean, dude? I did a comic book about aliens. Like nobody cared about that. Like that was all fair game. So I don't see why this. So it's nothing to get upset about. It's very interesting. So that would be the case, and that I think
I kind of prefer it when people get upset. To be quite,
I don't care anymore, dude. I'm in a very unique place, dude. As I'm getting a little older in life, I'm getting a little close to middle age. So that would be the other thing, though. People also are taking these cameras, these high quality cameras. See what's going on is that technology has caught up with the lie,
yeah.
and so since we can see further distances, you also have cameras that can look like down the street and catch like the scales of a lizard, or they can look up in the sky and tell you what color a plane is, or read like the numbers on it. Like that's how high quality these things are.
Yeah.
And they're getting images of the moon that are in such high quality late at night. Now, if the moon is 237,000 miles away, there's no way they should be able to get the quality images that they're getting at that distance. You see what I'm saying? Like that's impossible. That's ridiculous. So that's leading people to believe that the moon is localized and that it's closer than we think. And yeah, that's probably a lot more likely. Yeah. Right. And then outside of that, we don't know. I mean, outside of that, I have no clue. Now, do we see?
There's another theory that.
Yo, Nikon 900, dude.
What's that?
No, dude. This dude's agreeing, bro. Whoever just chimed in, Randy watching Bush. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. No, he's getting it, dude. This dude gets it. So yeah. So and Randy, if you really want to get weird, what's up with the lunar wave? Go look up that. Go look up the lunar wave, man. You're assuming that. I'm trying to hold back on the weirdness, but
don't hold back.
No, I am, and this is my second podcast on the night, bro. So, and I got weird on the other one too. I had New Orleans hamburger. It's weighing me down.
Why is it got to be weird? When you want to be the one,
it's not weird. It's not
rather than be the
but I'm going
that believe the lie.
I'm going through this with other people, and so in the beginning, when you first get into this, you're a little heated, you know what I mean, and you're kind of upset. You're almost screaming fire in a theater, and now I'm starting to calm down, and you got to guide people in. You can't just go straight into like, well, I think we're Atlantis or something like that. You know what I mean, dude? Like you got to take baby steps. So just stick with. We see further than we should. We've never been to space. The moon and the sun are probably localized, and Antarctica surrounds us. There's a lot of evidence to this. I like this guy. You can also check out the planets and expose them as being energy sources and not planets. Yeah. And that's absolutely correct. And there was a guy, I think it was Miyamoto, who did water experiments in Japan. And what he was doing was he was putting like positive energy and positive sounds at water, and it was making these beautiful structures of beautiful, almost like a snowflake.
Oh no, I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay. And when you were putting negative stuff, it would be like sand on a speaker or something like that.
Yeah.
And I tend to believe that, and I think, this dude fucking gets it. That that what's going on out in space. It's frequency, man. And when you're zooming in with these cameras, they don't look like the NASA CGI models that were given and that were shown in school or were shown on the internet. They look more like those snowflakes, man. They look more like energy. It's pulsating. Yeah. You can see them moving, dude. It's like music. Yeah, bro. Somatics. Yeah. I do not know who you are, but you're a cool dude and you get it. Very cool. Very, very cool. So yeah, man. And I think that's what's going on. So I think we're energy. We live in an electric universe, Astrology does dictate everything. Yes, I also agree. And what they have, again, they're having us do this instead of this. We should be looking up, and we should be looking at the seasons. We should be looking at the equinoxes. Dude, I'm gonna celebrate the New Year on the 21st, because that's when I believe it is now. I think it's on December 21st. I think they gave us a bullshit calendar.
Oh, they did.
So September, what month is that? What month is that in the year?
I don't know.
It's the ninth month.
Like, I know
it's September. It's the 7th. September
Yeah.
is 7. Like, they're giving us the wrong stuff to throw us off.
Yeah, it turns
And then
out
they're
there's an
using
extra
that, and they're
time.
using that to manipulate us. They're using that to benefit themselves. And people are starting to figure out all this stuff.
Well, there's another theory that this is actually one big plane with individual, like, bowls. You see what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of different flat planes where they got continents and stuff like that within it. And
Yes.
it's all about hoarding land. Like, because outside
They could be hoarding land. They could be hoarding resources. There could have been a people. I
Exactly.
mean, if you get into the Tartaria stuff,
yeah,
there could have been a people that we inherited this place from, and they left. Admiral Byrd said that there is more land in Antarctica than could possibly be explored. So I think. See, now we're just going to go craziness, but I think there's more suns and all this other stuff outside of this, and it's more realms, and it exponentially grows.
Well, what trips
I
me
think
out
we
is
are Atlantis. I think we are our own lost city in a
actually
underwater.
There's also what trips me out is there's pyramids in Antarctica.
This guy's getting it, man. This guy knows. All stars are vibrational sources dictating our lives from birth and everything that happens in our world. And all nations use astrology in all their decisions. I heard something the other day that millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a cool quote. I agree, but the astrology has to be. We have to get the real astrology, right? You know what I mean? Like, if we can't be using the numbers and the things that they give us. You know that in Hebrew they use a totally different calendar. All these people use different calendars. So yeah, there's absolutely something to it. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. So we got to figure. So what I think is going on with a lot of things is that people are reverse engineering this now, and we're starting to, dude. You know, just in like a year's time, like looking back, it's just unbelievable. So what's up there is a sky clock, bro. It's a sky clock, and it's telling us everything we need to know, man. It's telling us when to wake up, when to go to bed, when to plant, when to crop. I'm going to write it down. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, man.
Well,
go ahead, bro. I know I've been taking up.
No. That's fine. That's fine. One thing that I think I realized at a young age, and I think you realized too, is that we're all basically slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like, the boundaries of your cage are extensive, but it's all the same thing. You know,
I think we lost. Did we lose the main chat?
You gone?
He left, man. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, dude.
No. I'm checking out the chat.
Oh, Randy. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I like him. That's okay. Gotcha.
No, that everybody's a slave, and that we're just bound to, people work their whole lives, and they're given retirement at 60 years old to live the rest of their lives in comfort, but really your life's gone at 60. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. I mean, don't say that. I mean, both of us are right at 40. So
yeah. Well,
and we both lived an artist life, so that's not bad.
No, but you got to realize that we're kind of privileged. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm very grateful for my life. Yeah, absolutely, like, man.
Talented people are we have a little bit more, I don't want to say privilege. It's more like we have a little bit more of an edge, because we don't have to go to work at McDonald's. We don't have to like work for, like a bank or some. We may not make as much money, but we have a little bit more freedom than a lot of other people do.
There's another theory, and I'm starting to try to live my life like this, that you should live your life in thirds. And again, numbers are everything. That 8 hours you should be at work, 8 hours of sleep, and then 8 hours enjoying whatever you want to do, your hobbies, your interests, whatever. we do art, so that kind of changes. It's, it'd be like 16 and 8. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that it is it's a form of mental slavery that keeps people so distracted that they don't question things like this. They don't look up things like this. And to back up what you're saying with art,
well,
being an artist,
such a great movie industry.
Right? Yeah, man. No, it's nonsense. It's silliness. So yeah, that puts us in a place where I guess you do have a little of thought freedom, and yeah, I'm pretty obsessed with it right now. I'm also learning. Some people are receptive to it. Some people fight it. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to deal with. But once you get, like I said earlier, once you get on the other side of the hump, once you realize that we're created. I don't want to say probably that we were created, and that this is like a perfect system. This is a perfect realm. There's no scarcity. You shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't be. And I still go through all this nonsense constantly. Dude, it's kind of awesome. It's a lot better than being a spinning ball spiraling through space exponentially, chasing the sun. Just being some accident, some fucking disaster from two animals having sex because the dinosaurs died.
We're gonna bring Randy in.
So, I hope so. Yeah.
Hey man, what y'all doing?
There you go.
Oh, what's going on, dude?
You're speaking my language.
He's speaking mine, man. Yeah, that was blowing me away. He moved over and I was like, he told me who you were. I was like, oh man, no, dude. I'm reading the comments. I'm like, good lord.
What's your name? What happened? Okay. What's your name, bro?
Tim.
Randy.
Good to meet you, brother.
Yeah, look. When I first heard about Flat Earth, it was like somebody flipped a switch.
How long ago was it?
Like 5 years.
Oh, dude, you're an elder to me. So yeah, wow.
All
right.
When you speak to people about Flat Earth, number one, think Matrix. Think the movie The Matrix.
Yes.
The moment you speak to them about anything true, they switch off and the programming speaks. They're not even thinking.
Well, he's absolutely right, actually, because when I first heard about it, the first thing I was like, what are these people, idiots? Because you've been indoctrinated.
Everybody says the same thing. Yeah, everybody does it.
Yeah. And when the masses say, are you an idiot for thinking that, you kind of want to go along with the crowd. You see what I'm saying? And you have to kind of switch to like an independent thought to be able to combat that. Yeah.
If you corner people and you ask them, in other words, you tell them, I can tell you, I got an 8th grade education. I've always considered 80% of science bullshit to keep the state afloat. I've been ahead of the game since I was a fucking kid. What I'm saying is, when I heard Flat Earth, it was like seeing Jesus. To me, if you research the globe Earth and you realize who put it in our fucking head, it's a Catholic institution. The globe is religious. It was a religious spell. As recently as this century, in this country, many, I mean, really astute teachers, professors, etc., were wiped. And when the Rockefeller education came in, they were wiped off the map. They were ridiculed and driven away. If you spoke the truth about Flat Earth, you were out of a job. If you didn't agree to embrace the lie, you were out of a job and you were ridiculed by your peers. It is a major.
I get nervous about that today. All
of our beliefs,
I do.
Science, religion, all of it, are built on the foundation of a globe. Everything. Look at it. It was used. It's a perceptual mind fuck. If you will believe, now think about this. We just talked about astrology and all. If you look at the NASA cartoons, because that's all they have is cartoons and CGIs, we're on the ball, spinning around another ball, traveling through space thousands of miles an hour. And if you check out the numbers, they're all Illuminati numbers. And when I say Illuminati, the fuckers use them because they have power. With that said, that's true.
66,000 miles away, yeah.
How the fuck does astrology exist, and how do all the stars stay in the same place for time immortal, but yet we're on the third rock from the sun spinning? It's bullshit.
But the period match up, Stonehenge still matches, everything matches up, but we're supposedly going exponentially outward. We should be spreading out. So none of it would work. We wouldn't have Haley stuff would work, man. I agree. It's nonsense.
In order to believe in the globe Earth, you have to suspend the sentence. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. We're in agreement. I just think that you can see it once you realize, and the rules are that it has to be in plain sight. So they have to almost it's like a contract. Like that's what free will is. Like they almost have to lie to you. You have to accept the lie, man. That's how it seems to be. And once like you said, it's like seeing Jesus. Like once it snaps for real, and it takes a little while. It took me a little while, dude. You see it everywhere. Like it's hard to fool me now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's once you get it, it's like, wow, dude. Like that's fake. This is fake. Like this is nonsense. This is trickery. And I think it's to stop us. If we're on a ball, then there's no up. You never can see up because it's relative. It's a theory of relativity. And you can't look up to the creator or whatever. You know, church was definitely involved with Pythagoras, which was probably a cult. It was a Pythagorean cult. They're probably sun worshipers, very likely. Saturn worshipers. You know, black box and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's
the knowledge that they use. I will compare esoteric knowledge to a weapon. Okay? If I have a sword in my hand, what I do with the sword determines whether it's good or evil. It's still a fucking sword. It's a sword. Right. Okay, the truth is a sword. Now, if I take that truth and I'm deceitful with it, and I use it to undermine everything that is right and true, look at my truth. I'm a fucking liar with the truth. And people do. Right. That's how salesmen work. All salesmen use the truth to lie to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the emblem for NASA, it's got a snake's tongue. It's got a snake's tongue across the globe. What the fuck? They're telling you, they're lying to you.
It's got to be in plain sight. That's the contract. It's in plain sight. Yeah, man. And if you look at all the NASA patches are ridiculous. They're all ridiculous. All the mission patches are so... And then it just happens to be like, we're going to Mars. You know what I mean? We're going to war. Elon's going to take us to war. Saturn has a hexagon-shaped storm that never ends. You know what I mean? Like, it's so ridiculous. It's so obnoxious. Yeah, man. I'm early in the game, I guess. But yeah, it's something else. It's a lot to take in.
He already talked to my son's telling me, tell y'all to look up Tartaria. I heard him.
I know about Tartaria and stuff. Yeah.
Tartaria.
Dude, everything that we know from academia is riddled. I mean, not riddled. It's 90% bullshit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, totally.
History is bullshit. Science
Absolutely.
is bullshit. Religion is bullshit. It's all, George Carlin said it. It's all bullshit.
It's a big club and we ain't in it, man. Yeah, absolutely.
I've got Masons. I've got young Masons who are my friends. Yeah. And they're in the Masonic Lodge, even though it's a threat of death. If you divulge knowledge that they share amongst themselves, you sign an oath that says they can kill you. But I've got a couple of friends online who are fucking I've learned so much from these kids. The word game, G-A-M-E, right? Spell it G-A-Y-M. Boys wanting to fuck boys, playing games with the minds of the young. They're all pedophiles. It's a sex cult. By doing,
I agree. Yes, definitely.
and
again, it's also about adrenochrome. It's yeah, man. It's I think this is like a fuck, man. I was gonna hold back tonight. I think we're in like a weird revelation where, and I say revelation, everything's being revealed. We're seeing behind the curtain, like we're seeing what's going on behind the scenes, and they can't hide it anymore. So they're scrambling around, kicking people off YouTube, and taking stuff off of Facebook, trying to keep people from waking up to what's really happening. And it's happening fast, man. It's happening. And that's what a lot of people say is what's coming next year is 2020, 2020 vision. Also, to back up what you were saying, words have meaning. All the words have meaning. Corporation, corpus. It's not alive. It's not real. There's so many different things. We could go on with that.
By the way, I got a Facebook page, Randy Drum. Make sure you send me a friend request. Whenever I use the word corporation, I spell it corpse, like C-O-R-P-S-E.
Corpus, yeah.
Corpse orations are the decree of death, and they do so by keeping us in debt. Money is a death note. It's a debt note. All of them are backed only by war. War is the only thing keeps our currency afloat. We live in a death cult. They worship death. Are you guys familiar with the Georgia Guidestones?
Absolutely. Just to piggyback a little bit on the word thing real quick, everything associated with money is water again. Currency, debt. It's all money. It's all water related, and the Atlantis thing. And yes, I do know the Georgia Guidestones. Absolutely.
They're telling you what they plan to do.
Pretty much.
The chemtrails, the vaccinations. There's a myriad of ways that they are depopulating the earth.
So, and what's supposedly coming out of the chemtrails is barium and aluminum, which those symbols with the on the periodic table make B-A-L, Baal. Baal. This boy, we hit the ground running tonight. The other thing is that supposedly chemtrails, this is what I've been hearing a lot now lately, is that not only that, if they're spraying us on us to make us docile and not aggressive, but it's also hiding the firmament so we can't look up in the sky. It's keeping it from us, so we don't see what's going on now that people are becoming aware.
We were talking about the stars being energy sources. If you want to talk gods, they send the energy. That's why where you're born, the time you're born will dictate. I didn't believe in astrology till about 5 years ago. I thought it was bullshit. And when I started looking at it and I read about me, I was fucking blown away. I found a guy by the name of Santos Bonazzi.
Got it on my phone. Yeah.
He teaches syncretism, which is basically the Bible is like astrology for idiots. That's what the Bible is. Astrology for dumbasses. It was intended to be like a blueprint to give you an idea of how things worked in this realm without trying to drag you into the full understanding of it, which is massive.
Right, but there's layers to it. You might read something and there's like a surface level, and then there's like other levels that you just got to get to. I guess it'll be revealed to you. Dude, this conversation today is, I feel like it's just part of my journey or whatever. So yeah, it's very, once you start going, do you feel like that?
Say again?
No, do you feel like that? Like you're almost being led sometimes down
all the time.
You're right.
Think about this. You're looking at a guy who was a total religitard. And when I was zealot. I was Jesus to the end, right? And in a sense, I still am, but I realized that Jesus never lived and that the Christ is an oil that travels from your brain down your spine and back up. 33 vertebrae. Coincidence. When it does and it reaches your temple.
And he died at 33, right.
You become enlightened. And these fuckers took all this truth and knowledge and built a religion around it, or the Masonic religion.
Right.
And people give their lives to it to ascertain this knowledge that they don't have to go through them. It's available to everyone. It is the truth that was hidden from us with academia and religion and history.
People are breaking out, and then again, we're also in the age of Pisces, so that's the other part of it too, with the Jesus, yeah.
We left the age of Pisces and entered the age of fucking Aquarius in 62, buddy. We're in it. We're in the age of Aquarius. The age of what? Disclosure, of revelation. It's all being shown. These fuckers can't hide no more. The truth has come for them.
So where do you think it goes from here? Because it's happening fast. And it's this internet. It's this shit. Like people are connecting. We would not be having this conversation otherwise.
Social media is over with. If if you got, let's just say, no offense, Preston, but let's just say you had a big town with a lot of people, and we had thousands of people, we would not be having this conversation. I've already had a friend of mine try dozens of times, all kind of technical difficulties. You can't stay on. Yeah. The people have trouble. You have trouble. Constant clusterfuck.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Social media is a fucking ruse. We don't have it.
Yeah, they slowed the internet down. They slowed the internet down on purpose. Yeah. It's all the orders of the cage.
I'm talking about get on here and fuck with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I could tell stories you wouldn't fucking believe it. Just for talking about the truth. You don't have to be talking about the government or the church. You could just be talking about any truth, especially like flat earth, vaccines, these hot topics. They'll shut you down in a heartbeat. And now they're coming out and telling you, we're going to remove this fake news.
Well, it all depends on how convincing you can be.
If them fuckers would let me live, I could change it.
Yeah. No, that's what makes me nervous about, yeah. Again, man, I didn't, I don't know, man, if that's just your journey, that's your journey. You know, if you're supposed to talk about it, if you're supposed to reach people, I mean, fuck
that's
it.
all I do.
I mean, fuck it. What you going to do, dude?
Well, let's use the Bible. You were talking about creator earlier, right?
Yeah. I believe we're creator.
The Bible is. I use the Bible all the time to justify what I do and what I am. Okay? Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. What truth? He said, the spirit of truth will lead you into all truth. He didn't say go research the fucking Bible. Matter of fact, he used the Bible to expose the motherfuckers who murdered him. That's biblical. He was using the book to call out he referred to the lawyers and priests as snakes, as serpents, and he said you were like tombs, whitewashed on the outside, but inside full of dead men's bones. He was talking to the Sanhedrin priest, that'd be like calling out the fucking Pope, which I do every day.
Yeah, I think he's a Satanist for sure.
And he's just a show boy. The black Pope and the gray Pope run the show. He's fucking for show. That's all he is. He's a showpiece, like the Queen or the fucking Trump fool. They don't make one fucking decision.
The world is a stage. It's all theater. It's all theater.
He was a Mason. He was a fucking Mason.
What about like all the black boxes, and what about like the Saturn cults?
That's what they do.
Yeah. No, I think that's who it is. I think it's Prometheus worship. Yeah. All right. I'm just making sure we are, but yeah. And if you even take a box and break it open, it forms a cross. You can make it into a cross.
Yes.
And if you take it and you make it a cube and you turn it a certain way, it becomes the Star of David. Like you can manipulate it. All the main religions all are based around that same black box, and you can find it everywhere, man. Symbols run everything.
Yeah. When you look at nature, there are no right angles. There's one, the horizon, and it's the one you're told to disregard because you can't see.
Right.
There's no right angles in nature. I mean, you might get like a crystal, got a little, but for the most part, everything is curved. Nature is chaos. What is the Illuminati mantra? Order or control out of chaos. They don't want chaos. They want control. They basically taught us to want to subdue the earth instead of learn to live with it and recognize it as our mother. We're taught to recognize it as an enemy. Oh, it's evil. Nature's going to get me.
Well, now they got us thinking that we're the enemy, that man is some kind of bad thing for nature and all this other kind of stuff. And that's part of the guide stones or whatever.
I'd say the corporations who manipulate us all with money. Most people who do things that are contrary to nature do it for one reason. I'm not a logger because I want to kill trees. I'm a logger because I got to feed my family. Yeah, I'm not a miner because I want to destroy the earth. I'm a miner because I want, etc.
But in that lifetime, those trees should be reborn. Those mine, all these things are replenishing themselves. And I'd rather be in harmony with nature. I'm trying to be more in harmony.
Are you familiar with Devil's Tower?
Yeah, absolutely. That was from 2001, Steven Spielberg movie. Yeah.
Right. Well, look at it in your mind's eye. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's a tree. It's a tree trunk. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's far-fetched. Well, isn't it ironic?
I'm saying I'm all in on the giant trees. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Petrified forest exists underneath this giant mesa. That was a fucking tree. Right. And they're all over the world. Some of them fuckers are 5-7 miles in diameter. How tall you think they was?
It's the giants. It's the Nephilim.
Yeah.
We don't know shit. If you can bring yourself to realize that you don't know shit, you can see it all.
Well, now,
Tim, you hold on to the shit, it'll blind you.
Well, now, Tim, you said that the Earth replenishes. What about the dinosaur bones and the oil?
I don't believe in dinosaurs,
dude. So I don't... Oil. There's a fucking billionaire who did a video on it. He said that shit replenishes itself. We sell you all on the bullshit that it's scarce.
The guy you're talking about that did the school systems is the same guy that came up with fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. It's real. It's not. There aren't dinosaurs. There aren't it replenishes itself. Oil's not running out.
No, it's
when
not.
We were here building this nation, destroying what was left of it, and capitalizing all the totalitarian structures and claiming,
man,
more bullshit. With that said, the Smithsonian stayed busy. Every farmer, every railroad guy, whoever dug up giants' bones, human fucking skulls.
Yep, absolutely.
10, 12, 15-foot men. They sent them to the Smithsonian. The Smithsonian fucking got rid of them, dumped them in the fucking Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, man.
Why would they do that?
And then what do you think all the World's Fairs were? The World's Fairs were to destroy the cities, like the White City in Chicago, or all the other white cities. There's one that was down here, the St. Charles Hotel. Dude, this thing was unbelievable. It was this massive structure. They say it came down from a fire. It was made of stone. It looked like dude, it didn't happen. There's no way these buildings were here. But what about star forts? All that stuff was here, man. All that stuff was, bro, I've been very busy. Yeah, dude. No, I know all about that shit, dude. So, and I'm connected with other people in the UK. I got goosebumps now. I'm connected with people in the UK, and they're all on top of this shit too. So it's happening fast, man. Yeah, dude. I don't know what the fuck it was, but Columbus didn't discover fucking America, dude. It was here. They were here. The Tartarians. I'm with you. Absolutely.
Well, realize this: every major truth front. I don't care whether it's the giant trees, flat Earth, vaccines, whatever. All of them have been infiltrated, and now they have Masons posing as truthers, controlling just about every truth front that there is. I don't care if it's flat Earth, but you name it. And if you go to the top of look at what they did with flat Earth right now. Every player is a fucking, they're clowns.
Wait, who is it? The
Masonic agents of Freemasonry.
Yeah, I follow a lot of these flat Earth guys, and I'm wondering who's what. Okay,
all the ones that are big on, trust me, I know none of them. All full of shit. Oh, they'll speak 95% truth.
Right.
They've all got an agenda, and you'll see what that is. We're under a dome. We can't go anywhere. The dome. What fucking dome? How do I prove to me there's a dome? Why this is flat Earth? No sooner hit the ground running, and all I started hearing was dome this, dome that. You realize every major building where they do major government, it's got a dome on it.
The Disney logo has a dome over the Magic Kingdom. Yeah.
Truman Show. What the fuck are they doing? They're trying to contain our imagination.
Yep.
We are spiritual beings capable of shit. We built the fucking pyramids. We cut them stones with our fucking energy. I'm telling you, dude. Most of this shit out there that's pretending to represent truth is trying to keep you from realizing who God is. We are God. We are. What did Jesus say? If you've seen me, you've seen the Father.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. My friend Dolly.
No,
I know. I've had these thoughts. I just haven't admitted. I just haven't said them. Oh,
well, that's you're a heretic. I'm a fucking heretic on fire. I know who I am.
My friend. Oh, that made my night. That made my night. That was awesome. My friend Dolly is seeing orbs and fucking glitter and shining. There's weird stuff going on, man. That people, I mean, dude, and she keeps sending me these pictures of orbs, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is crazy. But I think she's just more in. She's just there. I can just see it, you know. Like, I'm just not at that level. That's crazy, man. That is so wild.
I was driving down I-10 last summer, and it was chemtrails everywhere. And I'm on I-10, so I don't want to be looking at so I took my phone and I pointed out my window, my passenger, my driver's side window at the chemtrails. I cocked it like I thought it was and just started taking pictures.
Yeah.
About 5 or 7 of them. When I got home, one of them had a fucking orb, like following me. It looked like it. There was an orb between me and the chemtrails, about, I don't know, several hundred feet, maybe 1,000 feet away, but a discernible fucking orb. I sent it to a few people, tried to get a feel. And the way they controlling the internet, I don't know if anybody fucking saw it. One person come back and said, Randy, I know somebody I might be able to, and I never did hear back. Then my daughter drove off with my phone, which said picture, motherfucker.
See, I'm reaching out to. So again, I brought up my friend Dolly Daydream, another friend of mine, Roxanne. I reached out to them. They're legit. They're legit. I haven't seen anything fake about them, and we talk a bunch.
Everybody who's got a little
right.
I had read 1,500 friends, and I
wanted to know too. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know who these people are too. So I started reaching out to people. There's a guy that's on. Do you listen to Crow? Crow 77. There's a guy out in Louisiana that's
Crow 77. That rings a bell.
Jason lives on the North Shore. Jason Lindgren, the co-host of Crow, and I've been trying to link up with him. We've been talking on Facebook.
There's a bunch of pictures off of the right by Chapunta River at the Causeway Bridge and shit. Is that the same one?
No, they're the ones that are catching the lunar wave.
Okay.
Which is another whole fucking thing right there.
Because I'm 65 fucking years old. I've been at this for a very long time. Most of the time, I do what I'm doing here. I'm not listening. I got enough to talk. I want to help others realize what's going on around them. People are in a stupor. They're just.
Oh, you made my night, dude. This is.
Most awesome. People live their lives unconscious. They're totally fucking unconscious. I mean, no, yeah, they're conscious. They go to work. They get up. They can hold a relatively intelligent conversation.
Yeah, but aware and conscious are two different
things. You watch your eyes glaze over and they're gone. Mr. Smith steps in and starts speaking. The programming. In other words, I'll give you the best example. I say it's the foundational lie that all this bullshit is built on is flat earth. If you want to see a so-called truther dissolve before your eyes, bring up flat earth and watch. You'll see Mr. Smith come in. I don't care if they believe in 100 truths. Flat earth separates the sheep from the goats, buddy. It does.
So it's almost been a year, and I was working one morning. I woke up at like 2-3 in the morning, and I started watching something. I just had it on in the background, and man, I'm not lying. When it hit me, I thought I was gonna throw up. Like, it fucked me up, dude. And it was really early in the morning, so I'm by myself. I was dizzy. I've never felt like that in my life. It fucked me up. My buddy called me on the way to work, and we talked about this stuff. You know, he kind of calmed me down a little bit, but yeah, it's a lot to take in, dude. It's a when it really hits,
it's like, a born again experience. It's a recognition that if they lied about this, and then they got, how many people have you met who tell you who say, why would they lie?
Right.
Now, how can a conscious motherfucker even say that? Why would they lie? Fuck, everything they do is a lie.
It's inversion. It's inversion. It's the upside down. Yeah.
That's how they work.
Yep.
Everything.
And once you can almost take everything and reverse it, and then you realize the truth in a lot of ways, in a lot of circumstances. Not everything, but yeah.
Like I said, you're right. Where did they point? Where's God at? He's up there. He's out there. What did Jesus tell you? He said, I don't care if they tell you where I'm at. I know the Bible really good. He said, do not leave the closet of your heart. Why would he say that? He said, they're going to tell you, I'm on the mountaintop. I'm in the field. I'm over here. He said, do not leave the closet of your heart.
What do you think the point of this is?
Life?
This journey that we're on right here, this 80 years, 70 years, 100 years, whatever.
That's what they've got it down to. According to that book, we used to.
I know you could get up to like 200-300, right?
500 years. Enlightenment, I guess. I mean, but then again, people don't want that. They want control. They want you to build an empire so that it can be passed down.
Well, this is part of enlightenment right now. Like, we're going through this right now.
Absolutely.
Do you think so? Sometimes I think it's like a test, or like, okay,
The Matrix, the movie The Matrix. What was the point of it? In other words, what was the point? In other words, when Neo became aware of what was going on, he found out about flat Earth, whatever. Now he's in. He took the right pill. He's on the right path. Towards the end, he begins to realize, wait, what are they doing? It's almost like there's a system in place that truly wants to find out who will stand for truth and love. Truth is love. Love is truth.
Right.
It is.
That goes back to the test thing. But yeah.
Is everything intention? What is your intention? Your intention's got to be coming from one or two places: love or fear. Love or fear.
Absolutely.
Most people are locked in fear. This world is set up to make us operate that way.
The news is made to make news north, south, east, west takes you nowhere. It gets you nowhere. It's there to everything's made. It's supposed to make you feel afraid. Fossil fuels, all of it. Absolutely. So
false scarcity. Oh,
false scarcity, right?
You could fit the whole fucking planet with an acre of land and a house in Alaska. Everybody. Right. But we're overpopulated. We don't have enough. Fear. Vibration. Fear is a vibration. These fuckers worship death.
They're death cult. Yeah.
Think they use these movies to get in our head and heart. Think Pirates of the Caribbean, right? He's got a compass that don't work for nobody but him. But he can navigate and get away from just about anybody. The motherfucker holds... I know it's just a silly fucking movie, but I'm telling you, that's what they do. Think of Neo when he realizes what he is and the bullets stop before him.
Well, who makes Pirates of the Caribbean? What company makes that? Disney?
Disney was a high-level Mason. He was also heavily involved in NASA.
No, him and Werner von Braun were best friends. They made all the fucking shit. They were making it up. He was behind it, yeah. And I think Kubrick was trying to tell us stuff, too. He was putting clues in there.
They have to control our perception. They have to control how we view things.
Well, that's why artists hide messages in their work.
What's that?
I said that's why artists hide messages in their work.
But again, like he's saying, it's intention. So what is your intention with those messages? Like what are you trying to say?
Well, you can't say it blatantly. I mean, it's a puzzle.
Sure you can.
Well, you could, but then that's why they scavenge and they try to destroy as much as possible because they don't want you to get the message. That's why it has to be broken up into a puzzle.
Honestly, I think that's why they're trying to destroy Star Wars, because I think there was something positive in there, and they're trying to destroy what that message was. I mean, that force, and it's everything he's talking about. Yeah,
the journey, the hero's journey. There's no hero.
Yeah, definitely the hero's journey. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I'm not lying. Am I?
No, I'm agreeing.
Remember how the Jedi priest operated? They were on a different plane.
Right.
They were in the midst of an unconscious feeling.
Like a Buddha.
They were totally conscious. They could see through the bullshit.
Yeah.
And my friend Dolly, again, I'm going to have to send her this when we're done, but my friend Dolly, again, she's all about the force and the hero's journey and the power within and stuff like that. She's a higher being, man. She gets it. Yeah, I think you are too. But yeah, man. We all are, but yeah. Some people are getting there faster.
My point being, with the religious thing, I was trying to point it out earlier. I heard you use the term creator. Okay. And I was raised, in Pentecost. I wasn't raised in it, but that's where I ended up going into the Pentecostal end of Christianity. The real batshit crazy bastard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's generally how they looked at. What I'm saying is there is they use what happens to us is, in other words, we all come to a place in life where we reach a fork in the road, where we can see that going a certain way is going to bring the truth. But if I go that way, it's going to cost me everything. Nobody, think about it. If
I know, I'm there now.
Yeah, but when you make that decision, that fork in the road to go left, right, whatever, it's actually to go straight. If you choose straight, everybody wants to go right and left. Red, blue, pick a team. Whose side are you on?
It's a false binary. Yeah.
It's always, we are divided both within and without. Male, female, black, white, good, bad, rich, poor, blah, blah, blah. It's a polarity game. If you look at the chessboard, that's how they control this fucking world. And the only way you'll ever come back and really wreak havoc on this motherfucker is if you can cross it and get off, because then you come back with all the power they got.
That's the hero's journey. You come back with the elixir. Yeah.
When I was looking for religion.
Also, the checkerboard there's the Masonic checkerboard. So, that's probably not ironic either.
When I was looking for religion.
Black cubes in the midst of white cubes.
Yeah. I experimented with every religious order as far as Pentecostal, Catholic, everything. And it was all the same. Nothing's different except for minor tweaks to each one of them, except for Buddhism, but not as a religion, as a way of life. It was much different than, in fact, they even teach that, there's never a left or right path. There's always a middle path to go. You don't have to choose left and right. You can always choose the middle path.
Bruce Lee has a saying that take what's useful and discard the rest. And that's just kind of how I've been rolling with everything.
Very good.
Yep, absolutely.
Don't be afraid to pick it up and look at it. Even if it's absurd. Smell it, taste it. Don't be afraid to look at anything. That's how they control us. Oh, that's evil. Can't do that. It's a control game. I mean, I think each and every one of us has a unique perspective. In other words, if you, me, and Preston are looking at something, and you're on one side, I'm on the other, and Preston's underneath it, we're all seeing the same thing, and we're going to argue with each other about what we're seeing. It ain't like that. I can see it. Well, yeah, because you're here, and there's a meme that shows it perfect. It looks like you're looking at a ring. You're looking at a ring. And you got one guy looking, he sees a ring, and the guy the guy that's right here, he's not looking at a ring, he's looking at a tube. So one guy sees a cylinder, the other guy sees a perfect ring, and they're both right.
Right.
Everything's like that. Now, who are you gonna trust? Because you got a lot of lying motherfuckers who are gonna say, yeah, well, I'm looking at it from here and I see that. No, he's lying. That's where discernment comes in. You can't learn discernment. You grow in it.
Right. And perspective gives you clarity. You know what I mean? By seeing the other perspective, you can see the whole situation. Yeah.
Instead of understand, do you understand? Always say no. I stand under nothing. I overstand.
Words have meanings. Words have meanings, man. Yeah.
When you stand in the position of asking, spell the word asking. You're as king. Asking as king. When you're answering, you're an ant that swears. Answer or ask. Be asking all the time. You sit as king when you ask questions. When a cop pulls you over and he's getting ready to fucking run you through the machine, blah, 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 blah. Don't answer and say, am I being detained? Am I under arrest? Never answer the motherfucker. You empower him when you answer him.
Oh, man.
Can you not see it?
I see it a lot. No, that's blowing my mind. That's awesome. Yeah.
Whoever's asking, why do you think that judge is asking the fucking questions?
But in life, too, just straight up in life, you should be ask and listen.
Across the fucking board.
and learn. I think that's what we're here for too. Is just straight up learn.
Thank you. This is an experiential journey, and most people would rather read a book. They don't experience shit. I read it over here. So and so said so, and the expert said blah blah.
Yeah,
that's what they base their reality on. What some motherfucking else said. What's wrong with us? We're dead. We are dead in the water. We were birthed at sea. We were brought to a dock where we were fucking merchandised through the port.
Well, it was under maritime law. Yeah, absolutely.
We're under maritime law.
Do you know that's what his title is? He is the vicar of the Holy See.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, all the water references are unreal at the end of the day. But yeah, I agree. Maritime law.
Vatican, you're in the chemtrails. Did you know that there's a Vatican coin that was printed in 1980? I say printed, minted in 1985. It is said to commemorate the Pope's travels that year.
Randy.
On the flip side of the fucking mugs, you got the Pope
on one,
John Paul. On the other is a chemtrail across a flat Earth.
Randy, do you have your coin?
What's that?
Do you have your coin?
Just then. Yeah, you want me to grab it? Hang on one sec. Hang on.
Yeah.
He's actually got one of the coins.
Pretty much the best. Holy shit!
What's up? What's up, Tim? What's up?
I thought I was the one. I thought I was the one bringing the gravy tonight. But yeah.
Don't worry, you got the potatoes.
Oh fuck, dude! I didn't know we were gonna be hanging out with Obi-Wan. Shit, man. Fucking right. Holy crap.
Yeah, I just sent one. I say just about 6 months ago. I sent one to. Oh wait a minute, I got the wrong. Wait a minute, fuck. I got it. Hold on, I'm coming. Close.
Oh man. Yeah, dude. That we're all sold under maritime law, man.
Absolutely.
And not at our real birth because that's the other thing. Your birthday should be when you're conceived, I guess. There's all kinds of stuff. It has to do with placenta and all this other stuff. It gets wild.
Just place you enter at
1985, minted. It's a 100 lira, Italian lira.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all will be able to get it now. Let me see if I can. Right. Yeah,
keep coming.
Okay. Wait, get my finger out the last spot. All right. Oh, shit. I'm trying.
I can see the.
Wait a minute. You get the right angle. A fucking big finger's in the way.
We're almost there. There it is.
Oh wow! I think I can see it going across now. I can see that.
If you want to see a picture of it,
I'm about to Google it. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm about to DuckDuckGo it.
It's a 1985 Vatican Citadel 100 lira commemorative coin. 85.
Yeah.
You see it?
I'm looking it up now.
Like I said, it's a commemorative coin because everybody knows the Pope flies chemtrail.
Well, they also have the Lucifer telescope and all that other stuff. I mean, they're definitely in on the game. I mean, yeah.
Vatican controls the bank. They control NASA. They control every government on the planet. But hey, it's just a religious organization. It's a fucking war machine.
Because all roads lead to Rome.
And they still do. Rome never fell. That's bullshit.
Rome never fell. All roads lead to Rome. Yeah. Yeah, fuck, dude.
Why you think most conspiracy theorists, quote unquote, I don't like the term, but most truthers, it's the Jews. It's the Jews. The Jews did it. They're fucking patsies. They're scapegoats. The Jews ain't did shit except for what the Vatican tells them to. They created Israel. Vatican did. Vatican power created Israel. The history we know about the Bible, Who you think wrote that book?
The Bible's garbage.
Huh?
It's a hodgepodge.
What was it? The it's the Council of something. But yeah, I know.
Nicaea.
Yeah. But that still doesn't mean there's not stuff to again, Bruce Lee. There's still stuff to take from it for sure. And then you could look at 3 different Bibles and get 3 different things. Yeah.
The Bible is made up of every religion. That's how they conquered different races and shit like that. Was they incorporated their religion. If they couldn't beat the Vikings, they incorporated the Viking religion into the Bible and indoctrinated them. That's how they did it. You see what I'm saying? So what you're reading might not be like Christianity. It might be part of Buddhism. It might be part of Hinduism. It might be part of something else. You see what I'm saying? So you don't know what you're reading when you read the Bible.
What's the go-to phraseology? No, so if I hold up a Bible, I'm a preacher. What do I call it?
The book?
What do I call that book?
The Word.
The Word.
The Word of God or the Word, right? The Bible don't say that. The Bible never refers to the Scripture as the Word or the Word of God. Not one time. I did a study. I made it like a thesis of mine about 10 years ago. I researched the entire fucking Bible. Every time that the term the Word of God, the Word of the Lord, the Word of Jesus, or the Word was used, I researched them all. 456. I had a card. I lost it. It's somewhere around here. 458 scriptures, I think it was. Over 450. Not one refers to Scripture as the Word. There's a key for you. The Word, look, Genesis. In the beginning was the Bible. No, in the beginning was vibration. Before anything existed. Vibration. Vibration dictates everything. Every cell in your body reacts to vibration. Vince Dial researched vibration back in the 40s. He was destroyed by fucking corporate money, but he was a simple, good man who started researching disease and, how, what, blah, blah, blah. And he determined to have to create. First of all, when he went to study cancer, he realized there wasn't a fucking microscope that he could look at it with. He had to build one. He was a born spiritual and mental genius. Man of modest means, average working step. He created a microscope so he could look at it. Then he wanted to know how vibration, how different frequencies would affect different diseases. His study determined that every disease reacts to a vibration. You can kill it or enliven it, and anything in between with vibration. So he hooked up cancer, basically, looking at the microscope, and basically dialed it in until it died at a certain frequency. Healed several hundred people before they destroyed him and left him a wreck of a man. He died a broken fucking drunk. That's an example of what you're up against.
And again, and it's also in the word. It's dis-ease. You're in dis-ease. And they do that with free energy and stuff. I've heard that's right as you have the Tesla thing up.
Yep.
I never heard of this guy though. I believe it.
You never heard of
what it says. It says think of energy, frequency, and vibration to understand the universe.
Let me put it in. I can't. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, he also said if you understand 369, you understand the universe as well.
Hello.
And they destroyed him. You see what I'm saying? Like,
and 36912 are musical notes. That's that would be again frequency.
Vince Dial, Diehel. Y'all want to check into Vince. I mean, he's like a Tesla. In my opinion, he was every bit. I mean, he was nowhere near. He was as pivotal. Or he could have been as pivotal to exposing the medical mafia and what they do as Tesla was in exposing all the other corporations and what they do, which is to keep us deceived and using our absence of intellect or true intelligence by feeding us a bunch of horseshit to manipulate the whole world and keep us in servitude to them to do whatever the fuck they want. Think about it. You take out, look, truth is the enemy of every state in this world. And if you think all these nations are fucking at odds with each other, you got your head in your ass. They're all in the same club. They all do the same thing, which is manipulate their people and they help their buddies. Say this so we can say you did that and then we'll have war. Okay.
Right. Well, that's what I've been hearing too, is that they took out Gaddafi because he found water in the desert and he was getting off the gold standard.
He was about to start a bank based on fucking gold and he had the wherewithal to do it. He was going to change Africa and they murdered the motherfucker.
Yeah, they loved Gaddafi. They loved him out there, man. Yeah.
Gaddafi was a good guy. Let me tell you something. Saddam Hussein was a puppet of the U.S. and he finally got enough. He said, you know what? Fuck y'all. He tried to do the right thing. They murdered him. The same with fucking
JFK.
What's his fucking name? It's nothing new. They've done it all over the world.
Right. But everybody keeps falling for it. Yeah, they keep going for the same trick.
Nothing says obey me like a head on a stick.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Vlad Dracula. Vlad the Impaler.
Ain't it odd that Vlad the Impaler, Dracula, was nobility? They drink blood. They all do. It's part of their ritual, dude.
It's adrenochrome. Yeah.
Let's save this one for another show because adrenochrome is a whole show. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna get into
Are we live?
What's that movie? Huh?
Are we live?
Oh, we've been live.
Oh, they're not ready for this. But yeah.
I mean, fuck, I don't give a shit. Fuck no, I don't give a shit.
Oh man, holy shit. Yeah, I came in. I said I wanted to take it easy tonight, dude, and holy crap, that was awesome.
He invited me.
We're gonna have to cut it off.
Awesome.
We're almost up. Like the hour's pretty much done. We went over.
I'm sick right now. Wait till I have a good day. I got like.
Oh, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do 2 shows a week. 2 or 3 shows a week.
Hey man, that asking answer that tripped me out. I'll be thinking about that all night. That blew my mind.
From a friend of mine. A friend of mine pointed out, so think about it. When you're asking, you sit as king. Kings don't answer questions; they ask.
I think it is all about choice, and I think we did choose to be here, and it is just a learning thing.
Yes. Well, but what are we learning? Are we learning academic shit?
No.
Are we learning why humanity is where it is? Are we learning the power of true righteousness and balance in love? One or the other. If you're in fear, boy, you got a head full of knowledge, boy. No. Spell no. Get it? No or no? N-O or K-N-O-W? They call it knowledge. There's no ledge. Knowledge, no ledge. Nothing to stand on. It's bullshit. You're the truth. Preston's the truth. I'm the truth. These fuckers are liars. They use perceptual magic or trickery or sleight of hand to keep us all in their fucking pocket where they can control us. And they do it mostly. The thing that keeps us in tow, money. Money.
It's all about money.
I got a coin that I found years ago. I wish I had one of them. You can't get it. It's they refer to your Kundalini energy. Your spirit is the serpent. It's a snake. That's why they demonize the snake. Snake's evil, right? Ooh, man, I've loved snakes since I was a child. The snake is representatory of your energy. The dollar sign, visualize a snake in the S. I visualize a snake in the S with a spike through it. The eagles tend to. We do what we have to because, hey, we all just trying to survive. That's how they control your world. With money, we all know the money ain't worth the fucking paper it's written on, but yet we still play the game. Why? Because we're afraid. They keep us in fear. If I don't have the money, I can't pay the rent. I can't. Perpetual fucking fear. That's why money's there. And it gives you the illusion of control when in fact you don't have any.
And it can be taken right away too, man.
Absolutely. They'll destroy
They
your
can
ass.
do it, dude. Well, you know, in the Bible, it says in the last days that the people will take their gold and silver and cast it into the fucking street. But they're gonna realize we got fucked. That's prophetic for Old Testament, but it's in there. When we got more time, I'll sit here with my program up. I'll pull up some of this shit to back it up. I know I just sound like an old fucking coot when I'm ranting, but it's the truth.
Not any worse than Tim.
Yeah, I sound like a young kook, a middle-aged kook, but yeah.
Stick around, you'll end up like me.
Once you realize everything's bogus and it's a lie, you fucking. And he's right. Money's how they trap you. That's the bait. And I said that when I decided to quit my regular job. I said they want to give me a raise to keep me in there. I mean, it was substantial, and I was like, I don't want it. I was like, fucking take that and shove it in your ass.
As an artist,
I was like,
they can trap you creatively too. Like they can still pay me, but I'm trapped. Yeah,
man. The problem is with me and you, we're supposed to guide civilization. Civilization isn't supposed to guide us. You see what I'm saying? That's the purpose of artists. I'm not talking about just us, like people who draw. I'm talking about people who make music, poets, everything.
Visionaries. All visionaries.
We're supposed to guide civilization. It comes through, yeah. But they got us to where if we don't do what we're supposed to do,
that's what it feels like.
Then we get cut off. We don't get the
bingo. You're right.
Yeah.
Or a conduit. Think about this. When lightning strikes, if it's coming in a building, right? We got lightning rods to redirect it so don't hit the building. I shit you not, when I was still in Christianity, very deep, and I was at my wit's end with the fucking bullshit that I saw, because I realized that there are people who have walked a quote-unquote Christian life and been true saints, okay, without ever leaving the Bible, and you can do it, because the Bible is the truth. They just took it and inverted and twisted it to deceive and control, basically. And when I say the Bible's the truth, I don't mean verbatim. It's not a history book. It's metaphor, like all spiritual. It's metaphor. Many metaphors put together in such a way as to present an energetic
almost like a word.
Yes. But it is not the word of God. That's
absolutely not.
Yet it spoke every Sunday on every fucking pulpit by these lying snakes. The word of God says, number one, it can't speak, dumbass. It's a book. Number two, it can't be the word of God because it says in the beginning was the word. So
I love it when people say God's going to punish you for that. Then you kind of like, which God? Which one? Which?
This one. All the rest is bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what we were put here for, dude. I think this is like, you say, why are we here? What if it was what if it was just to determine if you would continue after this? Heaven, so to speak? I don't believe there's going to be gates of fucking pearls and streets of fucking gold. What kind of bullshit is that? It shows you the materialistic mindset of the people.
Absolutely.
And they're going to keep you with that when you die. Think about this. If they can control you in life and keep you in a that's what this is. It's a false or a fake dialectic. Everything we think, when we speak even, it's designed to corrupt us. You can't hardly communicate without corruption in your language because the language is corrupt. How we think is corrupted. Everything we use for reference points. Imagine a map, right? A map that north was west. You understand what I'm saying? Where they just took the map, it was a true map, and they just inverted, perverted. You couldn't find your way around. That's why I brought up Johnny Depp in that movie. That's basically what they've done to us. They've given us a bogus compass. They've given us a bogus map.
Bogus calendar.
Hey, all the countries in the flat Earth, all the countries in the world are at war. You know, we've all got these different. Isn't it amazing they could all agree on the Antarctic Treaty that nobody goes there? Wow.
Absolutely.
Hey,
yeah.
Over 60 years ago they made the treaty. Never had a problem.
You know who did go there? The Germans.
You know who else went there? Van Allen, Disney,
yeah, absolutely.
Byrne, yeah.
John
Kerry the night before the election.
You pointed out Admiral Byrd earlier. My dad was with him when he went to the North. Not the Southern tour. But
that was the first one was the North. Yeah, right.
My dad was.
What did he say about him?
Huh?
What did he say?
He was just a fucking seaman. My dad had no. He was an average seaman on a frigate, I think it was. What I'm saying, there was a whole fleet that went and did the loop.
Right.
When they went, a few people know this, not on the north, but on the southern expedition, maybe the north too, but on the southern, Admiral Byrd founded the first Masonic Lodge in Antarctica. He put the fucking stake down.
And then I think he went back the next time on one of the trips. He went back with 33 ships, something like that. It's there. It's all like right in front of you. Yeah.
I believe that the whole purpose of the globe Earth is to hide most of the world from us, the slaves. I think that there's unbelievable out there that we're not allowed to know about. We've been cut off from.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I could be dead wrong.
No, you're not.
That's just it's all about control. It's all about real estate. That's what this place is about. Real estate and control. Gee, you think it might benefit them to hide some real estate if we believe we live in a fucking ball? But if it was a definite plane, and during certain times you could pass through ice patches and find other similar places with a sun and moon. Who the fuck knows?
It's called the Summers Gate. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the name of my book, Preston. Don't steal it. But yeah, it's Summers Gate. Yeah.
If you look, there's videos from the North Pole that show you two suns. You can see another sun.
Oh, I'm in on the two suns. I'm in on the two suns. Yeah.
So what the fuck is that? Could that not be evidence to what I'm suggesting? Separate little little ponds in the ice.
Right. It's realms. It's Lord of the Rings. Yeah. It's Lord of the Rings. More rings. Yeah. Game of Thrones. Yeah, all that stuff is true, man. Yeah.
That's what this is. It's a bunch of kings who ain't got no fucking right being kings. Hey, how did Viggo Mortensen in that I think it was Return of the King? How did he set things right? He couldn't win amongst these living guys. He went to the dead and he got them to join forces with him. I think maybe we need to do the same. People who died with a heart like mine, who don't die, what if they could be summoned back to stand with the living? God doesn't die. His flesh might die. God don't die. Think on it. Think on it.
And with that, we're ending this episode.
I had a good time, guys.
My pleasure, man. My honor, dude. That was awesome.
Nice meeting you, Tim.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Brandon?
sir.
All right.
You local, Tim? You in this area?
Yeah, I'm out in Metairie.
Well, we're going to see each other.
Hold on, one minute.
I'll see you. Bring them over, Preston. We'll